I know I've done a video on this exact deck before, but I think it's important I do this video again. Cause the meta has changed, which has made this deck relevant. I'm sure you all have seen this Garchomp deck being played with one Eevee and one Sylveon. I have tried that version, but majority of games, you do not get into Sylveon, which in my opinion defeats the purpose of having Sylveon in the first place, which is to draw cards you need fast. I add you need because I think any deck is better when you have cards that you need in hand rather than just more cards. I played this deck from mid UB4 right into Masterball smoothly, so I do highly recommend it now, especially with all the colorless and lightning Pokemon going around rank. Anyway, let's get into some games so I can show you the deck. Alright. So yeah, it looks like we are facing Charizard. There's a lot of Charizard in the meta at the moment, at least while I'm recording these videos. Okay, so we usually just the standard stuff, get Pokeball, and I think here I chill because the research isn't gonna advance me to anything better. So if he red cards me here, you know, it happened a few games where I had only 3 cards in hand and I just got cutted anyway, so you know, it's good to not be at a disadvantage at least. So like, I think shuffling my hand is kind of fine. It's not something I like because I have to rethink what I need to do, but the odds are essentially kind of the same in terms of where I am. Okay, here, so I know I'm not at any threat because it's a Charmander, right? Okay, once it hits the Charizard, yeah, it's scary now. So I think there's not much I can do. Let's see what I draw. Yeah, so I can put the fossil out. Okay, so I retreat into the Rampardos and put the cape. So that's what the cape is for. The cape is actually just for Rampardos because Garchomp itself has 170 health, I think, so it can take one shot from a Charizard, and usually Charizards do not play Guzma. So if they play something else like red, it wouldn't make a difference, but yeah, just the Guzma. So we're fine most of the time. So here is we use the 1 price to take out a 2 price, so we are in a nice spot, but we still, you know, it's not game over yet. Because Incineroar is annoying as well. So I think the hope here, I'm not even sure what the hope is to get into, if we can get into Rampardos would be awesome. Okay, yeah, because we got Howard there. We got Howard, yeah, got Howard there. Getting a rare candy here would be awesome. Okay, nice, so we get the rare candy because we take 140 at most on the next shot. Short of him having Howl again. So I mean, we're just kind of doing the best that we can do right here. Okay, so no Howl, we survive for sure. And because we have Lillie, okay, we have 2 Lillies, we do not go down after taking the Incineroar out. So yeah, that's GG, opponent conceded. Okay, so yeah, the nice part about this deck again is you always start with Gible. And that's consistency, right? And it's good. So that, like, example, in this position, we are up against colorless. We will do the weakness damage, which is kind of what we are trying to do. So in this case, we do have Garchomp with rare candy. So on the next turn, we evolve and we can do 70 damage. For most other Pokemons, you will take them out because they're at 60. But I mean, this isn't too bad either, because we do put a lot of pressure on them to either waste an energy to retreat or just let the 2 points go down. So I'm not sure if you guys know this deck. It's pretty much the Leafeon, Flareon deck. They also run a baby Flareon, which is a non-EX that does 90 damage for 2 energies, mainly to deal with Oricorio. So Okay, so the heals this guy, my opponent just did, is kind of wasted. Okay, yeah, that's GG. Because I would still have taken it out. Okay, we go Gible again against fighting type, probably a Savali. Yeah, if not, it's a mirror matchup. There's only these two fighting types in the meta right now. But this is it's kind of a tricky matchup for us because on both sides, it's kind of what you draw into that saves you. So right now we don't have rare candy, which kind of sucks, but we do have Cranidos on the bench. So if they do evolve into Savali here, we still take it out because it's at 70 health, short of a cape obviously. But yeah, so if he does that, we can come in, take this Savali out, which I believe is what we will do if we don't have rare candies. Yeah, so we don't have rare candy. We could have gone in, no, we can't even go into Rampardos. So yeah, this was kind of like the best move here, kind of. So the hope is the fossil doesn't evolve and we get into Rampardos. Oh well, we don't even need to get into Rampardos here. We can just take out the fossil. Okay, so we get the fossil. Okay, we get Garchomp, which is nice. Yeah, so I don't see a purpose in evolving the Rampardos now because we still get the point. And oh yeah, because I added the cape to the Cranidos, meaning that even if they have a Savali, they need to have a Giovanni to take this Cranidos out, which they obviously, even if they have it now, they can't use it because they just use Iono. So it's pretty much GG here. Yeah, he's gonna do the damage. I just put Garchomp in, or if I can find Rampardos, let's see. I think and just GG. I was kind of looking for Rampardos, and if not, I'll just attack and let the Cranidos go down. Okay, so Charizard, tough matchup for us, but not. We can still win. The nice part about it is that we can still win, even if they get into Charizard fast. So this Charizard deck with Sylveon, really strong. I'm actually gonna do a video on it next. It was so easy, like it was just like sweeping through games. So I recommend you guys watch that video when it comes out and try the deck out. It's so good. Such a good deck. It's I think it's completed Charmander, like, because the amount of draw power is insane. Like, I think I was down to 2 cards left in my deck, and my opponent, there are a few games where my opponent has like 10 plus minus cards, which, you know, they're 8 cards behind. It's crazy. Okay, so we get masked here, which sucks, but the good part is now we only need to get into a Garchomp. Also, my opponent looks like he's breaking, so we get a Garchomp here. It's gonna be nice because we get to take out, okay, we don't, but we would have taken out the Eevee. I mean, we're both breaking essentially, and I'm masked. I got masked, so lost, like, I'm reset on my cards. Okay. Not looking great for us, but it's still okay. Not over, I think. Okay, it's over. Yeah, because the next shot we will get taken out. Okay, what's this? Okay, this is the Sylveon and Greninja deck. Really strong deck as well. I don't think it's the strongest deck. I think it's a good deck. I mean, obviously if you get your Sylveons and stuff and you ramp up, it's great, but I don't think that happens often enough. Maybe 50% of the time. So you know, I mean, still a good deck. I think top tier, really. Okay, so here I get into Garchomp, which is awesome. So we do take out, so this is the scenario. We take out the EV in the active, which puts them at 1 point, which means that they do have to be a bit more careful with the Giratina. But opponent obviously does not respect the Giratina for them to put it in the active. But maybe the argument that could be made that because I'm playing Garchomp, so I'm still going to do the 50 damage to the Giratina anyway. So you know what, maybe fair. Okay, over here what I decided to do is, I think, to cape the Garchomp. I don't actually need the cape on the Garchomp, but I feel that having this fossil in the back means it's kind of pointless for me. Because I know that this deck generally does not run heals. At the most they run, what do they run? They don't run heals, but they run the cape. So if they have cape, I think, would that have been GG? 130. That might have been GG if they had a cape. Maybe not exactly GG, but it would have been a tie. So they didn't have the cape, which that's why this deck we have Cyrus. I think so. The Sylveon version of this deck does not run Cyrus but double Lillie, so we don't get to do these kind of plays, which I think are essential for a Garchomp deck, where you can tag the back. 50 is not a lot of damage in today's meta. So I think that you want to do I mean, at 100 damage isn't a lot either, but when you need it, in this case, it was great. Okay, so same deck. Oh, so no, this looks like it's the Oricorio version of the deck. So running 1 EV, 1 Sylveon, I believe. I personally don't like the 1 EV, 1 Sylveon. I think it works okay in this particular deck because you don't rely so much on the draw. Okay, so why I put the cape here is because I didn't want to get red carded on Mars, or even if I did, I would be in less of a bad situation. And I think in this particular matchup, okay, yeah, in this particular matchup, maybe only the Rampardos needs it, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a need to have it on the Rampardos, so I just decided that I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm disadvantaged in card draw. Considering they have a chance to be strong in their card draw with the EV Sylveon. Yeah, but it's nice we have double rare candies, so we draw a Garchomp here, you don't. Okay, well, at least we could get into a Rampardos next. So we're kind of breaking. Opponent semi-breaked as well because he's not able to get into his Greninja or his Sylveon, and we get Mars. So this guy played red card and Mars, which is insane. A nice thing is that we did get into Rampardos, which I think I evolved. Yeah, I have to evolve, but I did not feel like putting it up to take out the Froakie, because I think at this point I'm thinking in my head to take out the 3 basics, so Froakie, Oricorio, and Eevee. I am not planning to you know, I'm not planning to deal with the Giratina at that point. I think things change, especially when the Giratina comes into the active. So the Iono pretty much didn't do anything for me. I got rid of a rare candy, now I have a Garchomp, so yeah. So at this point, the hope is that he does not have a Greninja. Okay, he does. So now the hope is that he does not have a Cyrus. Let's see. He does have the Cyrus. Okay, so we are in a bad spot, a really bad spot. We need rare candy right now, if not we can concede, realistically. Okay, so what I did here was I think I almost put it on the front, but I was like thinking, okay, if not, he needs a second Cyrus, which he has only one card in hand. I think it's kind of safer for me to get into Garchomp. I'm still okay on life, meaning that he'll have 2 points, but I will have a full health Garchomp, which would, for Giratina to take out this Gible, it'll go down to 90, which means I can take it out on the next turn. As well as I have a Lillie, so other than Giratina, I think most Greninja or Oricorio from this deck isn't, well, Oricorio is going to be a bit iffy for me. Oh yeah, Oricorio is going to be a bit iffy to deal with, but I know that once I take out this Tina, I have, yeah, it's GG. Okay, the fire deck, is it Charizard? Okay, it is Charizard, so basically a roll of the dice and who gets to their cards faster, which they do have the advantage of getting to their cards faster because they have Sylveon to ramp up. Essentially you draw 4 cards over the span of 2 Sylveons extra. So okay, opponent gets into Charizard like immediately, which is not great for us, and he's used up all his cards. Oh yeah, and he has to draw. Okay, so kind of weird path. Like I thought he should draw first, but anyway. I think in general, try to draw all your cards that you first, and then, or like, yeah, don't draw it at the end if you can. Sometimes I do that now, obviously, but you know. Okay, so at this point we don't have a way to get into Garchomp or Rampardos. At least now we have a chance to get into Rampardos on the next turn. So either Rare Candy or Rampardos is what we are looking for here. I think I would want a Rampardos more because then I go into a 1-1-2 instead of 1-2. Because he's they're obviously going to take out this Gible in the active right now. So a Garchomp would be great. I think I actually might Iono for that Garchomp. I mean for the Rampardos. And I'm hoping for a cape as well, you know, at this point, but it's not too bad if I don't have the cape. Okay, so I'm just going for it all. If not, it's GG anyways. Okay, so we get the cape and the Rampardos, which is awesome. So we survive this. We survive one attack from Charizard, which is huge because we take out a 1-for-2 again, and then we are kind of leveled in terms of score, which is at 2-2. So now I'm hoping for at the least what's the evolution? Gible into Gabite? At least a Gabite, if not a Rare Candy from at this point. So again, this is where the cape comes in, where you have to put it on the Rampardos against a Charizard deck. If not, it's very hard to win. Okay, so I want to keep my Rampardos alive, which means, because I know that the next thing that can attack me is only the Charmander. But if Charmander can't even do the extra 20, and I know this deck generally does not run a Charmeleon, so I know they won't be able to, you know, just knock my Rampardos out. So him evolving, I mean, he has to evolve here anyway, if not it's GG. But him evolving, I will get one free shot of 130 damage, which is huge in the context. So yeah, we can beat Charizard as seen in the last game. Okay, so it's a Psychic Energy. I'm guessing it has to be Sylveon. Maybe Sylveon Greninja. It draws into a second EV, which is fine for us. If we can draw Rare Candy here, it's awesome because we take out the front. Okay, EV, but we don't. Gabite's our next best because okay, it's important here that if you did not get Gabite to use the Giant Cape, because if it's Sylveon, it does 70 damage to us. Okay, so over here, they do 70 damage to us and would have been GG if you're below 70 health. Okay, so they're playing the Banette. Is it Banette? I'm not sure the Pokemon's name, but yeah, the one that prevents you from loading energy onto your active Pokemon. So over here we are fine in that we know we can evolve into Garchomp on the next turn. When I say fine, I mean we're not dead. I think I do the Lillie here. Okay, yeah. And I think at this point, okay, I still don't put my cape. But this Sylveon stays, we get to take it out. If it goes to the back, we get to take it out as well. Okay, so the Banette comes in. It means that we can't load our energy on the next turn, which is pretty annoying, but not the worst thing. And again, we're not drawing basics or anything that's helping us. So my thought process here was to just deal with the Banette as soon as possible, because I did not expect an EV bag. I think on hindsight, I should have just taken out the Sylveon and the back. But thankfully, we are in a decent spot where we are only taking 30 damage and we are dealing 50 damage. So it kind of, I'm not sure whether it's a good trade-off for our opponent, but it's definitely a good trade-off for us. So at this point, I know since I'm just going to be taking 30 damage, I just need to work on the Sylveon at the back. So I think partly why I did not take out the Sylveon at the back is just because I want to make sure I get the 1 prize and then the 2 prize. I know I can get the 2 prize and the 1, you know what I mean, but I think I just wanted to be take out the 1 first, since I generally like to take out the active first and then I could Cyrus the back, you know, in the future. So here I just attack the Sylveon and I think the opponent knows it's GG. Because the next turn I just take out the Sylveon. I don't think they can heal enough from that point. And this was my game into Masterball, which was pretty smooth considering I just played, I think throughout the run since this video start, I only lost 2 matches. I left out one of the losses because I think it was irrelevant to show you guys. Yeah, GG. Do use this deck if you're trying to climb and you like fighting type. Really solid deck.